Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking you to one of Darjeeling's hidden offbeat escapes where the roads disappear into fog, tea gardens touch the sky and life slows down in the most beautiful way. So we stopped at Mirik viewpoint for some refreshments and a quick break for my baby too from all the travel.
यो उचाल्ने बाटो यही हो तबाकोशी हो सिधा गएर ओह्रालो झर्नु ल थ्याङ्क यू
Tabakoshi greeted us with fog, the kind that hides the roads ahead, wraps around the hills, and makes everything feel quiet and mysterious. The wind was sharp, the air cold enough to make us pull our jackets tighter, and for most of the drive, all we could see was white mist floating endlessly around us. But slowly, as we kept driving deeper into the hills, the fog began to open up, and suddenly there they were. Endless tea gardens stretching across the mountains like green waves. The clouds floated low, almost touching the distant hills, while patches of blue sky peeked through above us. Everything looked unreal, soft, dreamy, and absolutely stunning. One of those moments where you don't even feel like talking. You just sit quietly and take it all in. We stayed our first night at Kirati Khem, and honestly, it felt less like a stay and more like being welcomed into someone's home. They served us lunch, evening tea, dinner and breakfast the next morning, all for 1500 per person and all fresh, organic and homemade. Most of the ingredients were grown right in their own backyard and you could genuinely taste the difference in every meal. We relished it.
दिदी बहिनी भनेर त उसको दिइहाल्दैछ नि रिभर साइड दिइहाल्दैछ हामीलाई रोड साइडमा राखेर उयो खोला देखा नट ब्याड भनेको
मोजा छ यसको लाग्छ मोजा यस
I have realized that children don't need expensive places. They just need nature, freedom, and people who love them.
Oh, blue
And watching her experience nature so freely reminded me how important these little escapes are.
के रहेछ बलुवा छाम्यौ कस्तो रहेछ दुई मैले दुई दे
Spotted dog रहेछ है
बिहा गर्ने टाइम आयो के तेरो ह्यान्डसम पो हुन्छ जस्तो त
पिजनहरु जस्तो हुन्छ नि spotted Himalayan spotted
हिलोमा के उयो गर्छ होला हेर्नु न यहाँ
After exploring this tiny village, we arrived at the Sungava resort where we slowed down for some warm tea and coffee. Little did we know, even more tea was waiting for us back at the homestay. But again, coming from the hills, there is no such thing as too much tea. Cheers.
Through the stillness, the clouds drift high. Thoughts like breezes whisper by. Endless waves of a calm blue sky. Where dreams take wings and learn to fly.
As evening fell, the cold mountain air became even sharper, and we gathered around a warm bonfire while barbecue sizzled beside us. That night, we even tried tongba, the traditional Himalayan drink, and of course, my daughter insisted on tasting it too. Tongba is a traditional Himalayan millet-based drink usually shared during cold mountain evenings. As the night went on, we danced, laughed, got a little tipsy, and somewhere between all of that, we cousins spoke our hearts out. The kind of conversations that only happens when life slows down for a while. And honestly, in today's world, moments like these feel so important. We were supposed to leave the next day, but none of us wanted to. So we decided to stay one more night. The next morning felt soft, unhurried. The fog had finally cleared, revealing bright blue skies above the endless tea garden. Everything about village life felt slow, gentle, and healing. The quiet roads, the fresh mountain air, the distant sounds of nature, almost like life moving at the pace it was always meant to. After a morning tea, we headed out for a quiet walk through the tea gardens, surrounded by fresh mountain air and golden sunlight. And somewhere between the quiet trails, I spotted a wild rabbit, one of those beautiful moments I captured only with my eyes. My daughter, she's such an animal lover, so for her this place was pure happiness. A black cat wandering around, dogs following us everywhere, hens running about, goats, pigs. She wanted to meet every single one of them. Right beside this stay flowed a little stream, and the moment my daughter saw it, she completely lit up. Because of reservation issues, we moved to Sunakhari homestay, probably one of the first homestays in the area, and what a beautiful surprise that turned out to be.
Hi, brother.
This cottage had 2 cozy rooms and 2 attic spaces. But the best part? The balcony view from the attic. Tea gardens everywhere, a little tiny road disappearing into the distance, clouds moving slowly above the hills. It felt endless. There were little fish ponds where we fed the fishes, and we even watched tea pickers carefully plucking fresh tea leaves from the gardens nearby. Something so simple yet so beautiful to witness close up. The food here too was incredible. Every single meal felt warm, comforting, and made with love. The property had a small tea spot decorated beautifully in traditional Nepali style, which added so much character to the place. As evening fell, tiny insects gathered around the lights everywhere. At first it felt unusual, but then we realized they too are such an important part of this ecosystem. They help pollinate plants and become food for birds and animals, and quietly keep nature balanced in ways we often overlook. Moments like these remind you how deeply connected we all are to nature, even in the smallest way. It was only a short 2-day trip, but somehow it gave us exactly what we needed. Time with family, time in nature, time to pause. And in the middle of busy lives and endless responsibilities, being able to have moments like these truly feels like a blessing. Grateful.